Well, y'all, we figured that since Peter, Talia, and Evelyn were so kind as to send out this full set of birthday suit for us to review on the occasion of my 50th birthday, that it was only fitting that I shoot the entirety of this episode in my birthday suit. Welcome to my 50th birthday episode!
It's a Christmas morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
Wait.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
And on birthdays, we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too. And for our mention today, I ran across this a couple of weeks ago and I thought I should share it. This is my mother's VHS footage of my 10th birthday party. But Marcus, you say, it looks like you're outside in bathing suits on slip and slides throwing water balloons. Your birthday's in deep December. I know, this was an idea of my mom's. December birthdays can get a little bit rough. But my mom heard that sometimes kids who had December birthdays would have a half birthday in the summer, and that's what we did. She called all my friends. She said, you don't have to get them a present in December. Just come over in June. We're going to have a big old slip and slide party and all kinds of fun stuff. And these are all my friends that were there, and how cool that I still have this footage. It's the birthday I remember most out of all of them. And what is our soap today?
Today we have a very special birthday soap that was made just for you. So let's meet it.
All right, y'all, from the sales page at shavingshopclub.com.
This will be a limited run in our new Ultima 2 formulation. Birthday Suit is the scent of a night you'll never forget. Before developing fragrances, I tend to create a story in my mind that I am trying to portray. Birthday Suit, to me, is the rush of turning 21, stepping into the club, laughter spilling over whiskey glasses, a haze of tobacco swirling and flashing lights. It's the lingering sweetness of birthday cake shared with my family just hours before, and the thrill of salty skin brushing against each other as the night stretches into morning. I hope that's not too graphic, but you get what I mean.
Giggity.
The scent of being young, wild, and completely in the moment. Enjoy it. Made with love by Talia. What did you do on your 21st birthday?
I was rehearsing Godspell in Oakland, California for West Coast Broadway productions. Not a lot of clubbing going on. No. Not a lot of skin on skin, Godspell. Well, what a way to rediscover a kind of night I should have had when I was 21. And constant viewers will know that when they crafted the EDP last year, they sent it to us for our first impressions, and we loved it. And we also knew there would probably be a full-size set someday, so we stopped smelling it then. So I am so excited to rediscover this favorite from Peter and A&E and Evelyn for my birthday. Let's take it out of the box. Look how well they package their products from aegrooming.com. Y'all, do you know which one it is? Oh, let's see.
Heavy, don't drop it.
There it is, y'all. What a beautiful label that is.
Technically, this is a soap we've been holding on to when it came out at the last meetup. So this is the Ultima base, not Ultima 2.
Right, and this is the splash that just came out to accompany the soap in its Ultima 2 base. So come along with us for a birthday-ish first impression.
All right,
I am going for this first. All right, beautiful. Pour there in the jar, and they're going more for glass jars at A&E to be a little more environmentally conscious. We love that. All right, taking it in. Oh, that's lovely. The soap tends to pull against a few of the scent notes as I remember them, and I met a little bit with that fresh, clean skin note first, but interesting. It's done very different as it's done in Tramp Stamp. These are very opposite sort of scents.
And this scent is technically Talia's scent, so
Right.
it might just be that little
100%.
different.
And you know what kind of meets me at the door? Something that's a bit of a smoky saffron. And it's not sweet the way it is in BR 540. That one goes crazy cotton candy-ish. This one is more dapper and understated. It's not crazy intense. It mingles with the soap base. Your nose needs to look for it. But once it does, those scent notes are undeniable. And then you almost get to put them together yourself like a Tetris board.
Does it feel like a time warp? Are you turning 21 again?
You know what's funny? No. Only because my nose sort of defines the decades by the aftershaves that we've come to know over the last couple of years. And I guess there are things reminiscent about my life that this touches on from the 80s and 90s, but none of those scents. So my nose registers this as something ultimately contemporary and clean and a little bit cloudish and a little bit mysterious in how those top notes dive down into the mids. Wow. Something a little bit lipstickish on this side and something a little cigarette-ish on the other. It is not reminiscent of anything else in the A&E line. Every once in a while, I catch a few motifs from a perfumer's base or another soap that I love from A&E that might be hiding in the next one. Y'all, this one starts over. Not crazy sweet, but every scent note has a subtle sweet that it's adding. There's nothing that's pulling against it.
So you're not getting overblown by birthday cake or super sweet things.
No. And there is something beautifully sort of waxy in this. It reminds me of like stamping the back of an envelope with your own family crest and a little bit of hot wax.
I'm curious what parts are actually coming from the soap. We'll know when we get to the splash, like where that divide kind of happens.
And then you know what the last thing I find is, and I love this, birthday cake. Like that's what's under the surface as something a little bit doughy and definitively sweet there. Ooh, vanilla-ish. Right. And smoke from the candles, maybe.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Or maybe the bar action, if she's going more for that, the club.
And what's funny is it's not real boozy.
Okay,
Like, we know our boozies. We just did a couple of whiskeys and a brandy
true.
while it's Christmas season. Does not go boozy.
So it's still early on in the evening of celebrating.
Right. And scent notes are meant to borrow from your own body chemistry. So if you need an excuse to tie one on, make this a little boozy. But y'all, the pervading feel in this for me is a calming and a deep familiarity. That maybe speaking to the skin on skin notes, maybe this is the smell of excitement of a new love, but there is something beautiful of that in there and adventurous. It kind of also reminds me of my dad's sister who didn't have kids and was who was really rich and lived in San Diego, would take me to that restaurant that was actually a boat in the harbor every time I spent a week with her in San Diego. She had really expensive sunglasses and her hair stuff smelled heavenly. There is something about her demeanor that this brings out because she drove a fast car. Like when it was time to go to Target, it was an adventure with Aunt Janice and guys would like hit on her, which was kind of like weird for me. So I don't know. There was just something about her adventurous spirit and nature that is captured in this for me. And I love that. And I love the restraint. I love that this isn't done with floral. I love that this starts with something herby and grassy under the surface. And that's where your nose builds out from. I love that it's half familiar and half brand new and adventurous. And I love that it's dark. All of that is there in the soap. All right, take it in. See what you get.
I'm glad that we've tried to avoid smelling it because I know when we first got a whiff of that, we were like, this is an experience. We need to have a little time with this one. So I'm really glad we get to enjoy the soap, the splash, and then head back to the EDP.
I'm curious to see what you'll remember when you smell this.
Yeah. It does smell a little different in the soap, but I'm liking what it's doing. There's parts of this that are very welcoming at the beginning. I think you're right. It's kind of like that fresh skin getting ready, kind of gently pretty, like not an in-your-face kind of thing, but it really welcomes you into the evening. Maybe that's starting with the family, having the cake a little bit, but it doesn't go too gourmandy sweet.
Right.
And then at the end of the whiff, I get like more of the, maybe it's a little bit of the smoky cigarette-y kind of thing that you were talking about. Or there's like a super bitter kind of thing. I think it's a coffee. Maybe it's an alcohol-y thing. There's something at the end that you're like, oh yeah, this is my 21st birthday. Like there's something just a little grown up at the very end of the whip.
Right.
I think the overall color I get in mind is kind of the color of this soap base. Like it is kind of a vanilla-ish approaching,
Creamy.
not dark, but
Right.
creamy color. I'm enjoying that. Like, that is really the birthday portion is coming through. Not like frosting or anything crazy in your
No.
face, but there's just something, a gentle reminder of like, oh, we are celebrating something. It's
Yes.
a nice time.
And burgundy washes over me too.
Ah,
And
let me
it's
keep
creamy
digging.
and burgundy like an ombre.
Okay, let me see where the burgundy's at. There's something in the middle that does remind me of being at a club or a bar where there's just lots of noise around. Like she said, there's like laughter happening. Like there really is, like not overwhelming, like not system overload, but there's clearly an event, a celebration,
Right.
something
A
happening.
pulse.
Yeah, there you go. There's just kind of that pulse coming through. But it's not being done with like alcohol and things that would be
Right.
the easy way to make
Right.
this scent hit.
Even the tobacco, I feel like would have been an easy way to bring that in if it was done in a form that was traditional or recognizable. But nay, it has been turned upside down and inside out. It's not that cured golden tobacco leaf. Get that out of your head. It's a little bit more of a wisp of a freshly lit cigarette.
I think so.
Kind of thing, which is a scent that I can't get enough of. I know. I don't know why either.
Well, didn't Nana smoke for a long time?
Yes,
Like,
all my favorite people smoked. Plus, I grew up in the theater. If you
Yeah.
didn't smoke, you just weren't cool at all.
It's not as overwhelmingly feminine
No.
as I thought it might
it's
have
a vibe.
go.
It's a
Yeah,
vibe.
so like I think Talia did a really good job painting the evening.
Yes.
Not necessarily the main character in the story. Like anyone's birthday could kind of work here too.
It smells like two people together.
It does.
That's what it smells
But it doesn't go like masculine feminine
Right.
somehow. It's just kind of like the celebration part.
Right.
I don't know how it's being so creamy without getting so sweet.
Right.
So there's some kind of a thumbprint that Talia threw in here that's
Like
really
tonic
helping
or
that.
something?
Yeah, almost approaching that. But again, not too sweet. Like
Right.
it's nothing that I want to take a bite of or
No.
take a drink of. It's just setting the tone.
Farthest thing from a gourmand, despite what I'm getting a
Yes.
saffron in the middle of that. It's very grown up. It's very indicative of somebody like Talia, who is freshly out of college and who is about to take life by the horns. You know what I mean? Somebody who has figured out what she needs to figure out and she is ready to hit the ground running. That's the kind of excitement and youthfulness I get in this.
There is something about like an adventure side to this, and almost I feel like I've traveled to a new place. Like if I'm a new place in the world, you know, like
Right.
the first time I went to Italy or something like that. There's something about that excitement and that energy that comes with traveling and having new experiences that is coming through in this, which is actually a nice little fresh breath of air, I think, for us.
And it's not as naughty as I thought it would be.
No.
But it's got a naughty edge to
Yes.
it for sure.
At the end of the whiff, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not the next morning where you're hungover and having a rough go. This is at the end of the evening, like, okay, that was a good, memorable night kind of feeling. I'm actually excited to lather this up because I think the other parts that are kind of hiding in the soap base are going to have a lot bigger voice as soon as we do.
Well, step into my office because I have last year's birthday presents here ready to go. Let's build a lather and look at these scent notes. All right, y'all, from the sales page at shavingshopclub.com, we start with top notes of...
Sicilian bergamot. I do agree. There is a bright kind of entrance to this whiff.
And it's there, and it's citrus, but it's turned down in the mix. You don't even really get a tang to the nose, just the sweetness of it. And then a scent note that makes me curious, because I was talking to Will Carius about this one particular aroma chemical that he made me get that smells just like corn. Exactly like corn. Until you distill it down to 1%. And all of a sudden, sea salt.
So maybe that's what's going on with the
Mysteries
salt
and wonders.
here.
There is no corn in this.
Ah, but then we jump into lavender.
Fabulous. And again, just that clean laundry part of lavender that I think, again, sits way under the surface. A little bit of that lavender diva kind of hit. Absolutely not the lavender from Lavender Noir. This is what's cleaning up this scent a little bit.
Well, then he gets a little dirty here. We go right into whiskey, my friends.
I love that. And I love the way it's being presented. It is not the whiskey from Winter Whiskey
No,
Wonderland.
different
It's
type.
the opposite.
It's almost just adding a depth to this scent. Like,
Right.
I almost get the image of walking into a bar or like a speakeasy where it's just
Right.
kind of a little darker and mysterious. That's what it's adding.
I get the heat of the alcohol more than the spices of the whiskey, if that makes sense. And then a scent note that I know dug itself into Talia's heart from the beginning of her journey, rice milk. Beautiful, lactonic, but not, and pulling against some of the other sweets to give them a lovely subdued nature for me.
Yeah, where other lactonics go super sweet, this doesn't. This adds like a calm, creamy kind of vibe.
I'm going to skip tobacco for a second because that's going to make my head explode. White musk. Beautiful. Meeting with the lavender and the salt to kind of create something clean and familiar. Under the surface, the clothes you're wearing are new or at least freshly pressed.
Or at least that's adding like the gentle skin quality that she was mentioning.
Beautiful. Coffee and Tanzanian sandalwood. Now, here's the thing. This is not the coffee that you're used to. There is absolutely nothing bitter or bracing in this coffee. That's not how it's being used. It's being used the way a latte is used, to mix with the sandalwood to give you something creamy at the bottom that's way more caramel for me than it is coffee. If you don't like coffee scents, I invite you to grab a sample of this because this might be your pony.
That's funny because I really get more of the bitter coffee, but I almost wonder if it's because the whiskey in my brain is connected, like the two darker things are connecting together.
Yeah, I don't get anything traditional coffee in this. I get my very creamy latte with too much sugar in it.
Well, clearly you'll get what you'd like to with here.
Yeah. Because that's what brings me back to the top when I'm like, who put lime in my coffee?
But we do need to go back to this tobacco, my friend.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's the leaf. A little bit of the spices of the leaf. I don't think it's the flower. But y'all, it's not the humidor I was expecting.
It almost is like in some of the other scents where a patchouli would jump in or a different spice. It's almost feel like this is adding that type. It doesn't have like the smokiness to it.
Right. Well, see, I think it's the freshly lit cigarette spark in there. That's kind of what I get, which is almost more of the paper being lit of the cigarette for me and a little bit of that freshly lit cigarette smoke before it's smoked.
So maybe we gotta liven this up to see if either of us is right.
There you go. This is my Haley's Artisan Sprinkles bowl. Y'all, I thought it was perfect to help celebrate my birthday. And if you do have this bowl, a word to the wise, a pro tip, if you will, do not use the honeycomb on the sides. Push your soap into the divots on the bottom of the bowl. It's going to deviate a little bit from our normal lathering process, but with this particular bowl, it works great. So look at that. I just pushed the soap completely into the ridges, and I'm going to trust this sea glass brush from Paul Trotter to go in there and pull it all up for me. It originally came kind of cloudy and looked like the real sea glass from Mendocino, but I think it was a coating because it wore off rather quickly. And a little water from the Sean and Julie Memorial Bougie sprayer here.
All right, a birthday lather, my friends.
All I want to do is transfer the soap onto the brush first and build my lather from amongst these bristles. So I'm just going to take this dry brush, use a little bit of the water that I sprayed on top of the soap, and start moving it forwards and backwards, drawing that soap up onto the bristles as I go. And about every 30 seconds, I'm going to turn the brush. Now, this brush is not innately a splay machine. You got to finesse it a little bit. But once you learn it, it will reward you thusly. And then, y'all, just about all of that soap is now up onto this brush. And I'm going to go down and introduce the rest of the water and start building my lather in earnest. Now, from here, it's going to start building out into a paste. And as you add your water a few drops at a time, new things will happen.
This is the Ultima, not the Ultima 2,
Correct.
but it's Ultima is still quite an experience,
We got the OG birthday suit, but yeah, it's all good. If you watched the Tramp Stamp episode, that Ultima 2 base,
things have happened to it.
she is a thing. I was not a big drinker back then. I didn't start drinking till I took the job of CFO at a funeral home. That'll make Mr. Rogers drink. And this is something you will only find on the Barbershop Duet. This is the How Suited Are You With? On 3, 1, 2. Oh, very suited. Very suited. Oh, interesting. I almost get chocolate out of that when I smell them, AB. Something creams the rice milk. It's
the
rice
creamy
milk.
here. It could be the base too, but something about the creaminess side is definitely a little louder here.
This is lovely the way it spreads out, y'all. The lather is generally more of what your perfumer intended.
There's something lighter about it here. Like, I know you added a little water to it, but there's something that's just a little more like the sun is up a little bit. Like you're still at the beginning of the evening, just a little more here.
And is there not saffron in the scent notes?
Oh,
am I just totally making stuff up like ChatGPT?
Maybe the tobacco or the whiskey, something in there has got some spices that are working for you.
I swear there's a saffron in this. Talia? And we were actually introduced to Peter and his family through the Shaving with Charky channel on YouTube that is still there. We love watching Peter shave his face, and we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet. We thought you might like to see what this lather looks like. Y'all, look at that. And you can layer. There's the first one.
Yep.
There's the second one. Painting. And don't smoke.
I like that we don't have anything like this in our den.
no.
Clearly Talia started from scratch, and I'm enjoying getting to know this whole different type of a scent.
This is a little funny, but you know what this scent is doing? It's almost like when I take it in, I don't get a lot on that very first wave. And then something inside of it wakes up in my brain. And then like wildfire, the scent like wakes up and I get it super prominent. But if I haven't smelled it in a few seconds and I go to smell it again, I have to rediscover it from the inside out, which makes sense because when I've worn the EDP, mysterious things happen in waves of hot and cold kind of wash over me. And speaking of the EDP, I'm noticing we have a splash and some other surprises here to discover. Come along with us, y'all. We'll take this a little deeper. All right, y'all, and here's the brand new splash from shavingshopclub.com. And for my birthday, I would like to see you try to open it. They put some electrical tape around the top of their splashes, which makes them ship beautifully, but makes them tricky for my beloved to open, and it's fun to watch.
Kind of has a pre-tab, but you're right. It's like stuck to itself. Oh,
Well,
hey!
that was a record.
Birthday.
Hey, birthday miracles. All right, that means you get to take it in first.
You
see
sure?
What you get. Oh, absolutely. Okay. I'm excited to smell this on you. Soaps and splashes generally take on a little bit of more of a feminine edge on Sarah than they do on me. Well, thank goodness.
Or maybe on Lainey. Whoopsie.
Well, yeah. That gets a little bit more of an animalic musk, and then Sammy comes over from Larry's house. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, holy!
Very different.
Oh, my. The citruses are beautiful in how they're sitting. I would expect them to be way more bossy, but they're not. They're like sitting around in the background of the club.
Okay, so now I'm getting like the whiskey, tobacco, the
coffee.
sandalwood, the coffee, all of those deeper kind of ones. Like the color of the bottle is somehow almost what my brain is interpreting now.
Right. And what's beautiful about this, what a balance. When you mention every single one of those scent notes, I'm like, check, check, check. But they're coming together to create a new personality. You know, when you smell Obsession for Men, you don't worry about what's in it because that personality is so new. It's just fruitless to try to break open the scent notes. This has got that same kind of vibe. Yeah, I smell all of those things, but they're put together creating something new that is more than the sum of these parts.
Like I almost would swear there's like some kind of other spice in here, like a sage or something, like something in that green, maybe. But the way that it's drying down, now it's more evening to me. Like for here, it was kind of earlier in the day, and now we keep getting a little later in the evening.
Tobacco that's almost caramel, rice milk that's almost cream, and really heavy jars. So that you know you're getting your money's worth.
This is where I feel like, the evening is happening more for someone that's turning 21. There's something in here that's like a little adventurous, a little bit, I don't say raunchy, but there's a little something that is happening.
She's not wrong. And I love that this is sitting on a bed of something gourmandy. That birthday cake is beckoning to you, and it was expensive.
But I think that's what helps me have something to balance out the darker, deeper sense. Like they really are kind of painting the whole picture of the evening.
And are you feeling particularly adventurous?
I think I am.
Because I do see this gorgeous EDP sitting over here, y'all. And we do know that Talia puts those little wax seals on herself. I was mentioning kind of a waxy smell.
You were. There you go. The birthday spray.
My brain just lit up with gold. Something from the tobacco, something from the birthday cake batter, something from the saffron that I'm getting that's not in the scent notes. This is beautiful. And I love that when somebody walks by you, they're not going to worry about scent notes. They're just going to catch on to this spirit of late night adventure that you are bringing into the room. What a beautiful scent this is.
Yeah, I think there's something about this one that the dry down, we need to check back in like another 4 hours, because even the splash, as it was drying down, I was like, wait, there's so many things happening. I need to just sit and be in the scent. So having the EDP with us, I even get more of the birthday cake here, finally at the end. Like almost like I have a birthday cake lip gloss or something that I put on. Like there's just something sweeter and fun about the evening.
And you know how sometimes we talk about pokies? Little scent notes that'll jut out here or there that our nose catches that might be a little bit of a note out of place from a melody.
Right.
Y'all, welcome to the land of the anti-pokey. Yep. This is absolutely clean and smooth and beautiful in its creation and its balance. There is nothing in this that gets squinchy, which also means that when your nose goes diving in to discover the depths of it, it doesn't really have an escape plan. It just wants to keep going down and down and down.
I think overall this scent has movement to it is what I would say. Like there's just layers, like a birthday cake, but things that are happening. Like it's not just a stagnant scent. There is a lot of movement to the story as it's going.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Sarah, stressing out beyond measure about how she's going to celebrate her husband's 50th birthday. And he's going to tell her, don't worry about it. The McDonald's where I had my 5th birthday is still standing in Pinole, California. Let's go get some nuggets. And then the Chinese food restaurant Uncle Chung's in Pinole, California, have the princess chicken. Oh my Lanta. The first time I ever had hot and sour soup was on my 14th birthday there with my family. We're going to get that. But then when it comes to something else special to do, I'm just going to strap on my birthday suit and grab this beautiful scent from some of our friends in Connecticut and spend some time with the rest of our friends from all over the world this morning. Have a fabulous birthday and get my own. So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with birthday suit, and I think I have figured out that this is the best of both worlds. Why do I love this so much when I do not have all that much in common with somebody celebrating their 21st birthday as I turn 50? Well, here's the thing. There's just enough of that in here to ignite those memories, to bring back the smell of smoke, to bring back the idea of skin out at the club. But then there's coffee and birthday cake in here too. Exactly the things I want to be experiencing on my 50th. It's a fabulous balance. And when this came out with pistachio silk, I could tell that this was the beginning of where A&E was going in the future. And I absolutely love this scent for all of those reasons and feel so lucky to have it in a shave soap and splash. Thank you, Peter, Talia, and Evelyn for giving this to me for my birthday. And we look forward to seeing another one from A&E before the month is over.
Welcome to Birthday Messages.
Hey, y'all. So for my 50th birthday, Sarah reached out to Grizzly Bay and purchased a Barbershop colored custom brush in this beautiful shape. And Grizzly Bay, being the amazing folks that they are, they sent out a second one for free to give away to one of y'all here on the show. And all you have to do to be eligible to receive this gorgeous brush, if you win this drawing, is send us an email here to we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on our first January episode to see if you are a lucky winner. And thank you, Grizzly Bay.
Best of luck.
You know what's funny? This hits different in December. There is something seasonal about this. I am loving the fact that this club is hot and it's cold outside. Yep. That makes sense. Somehow that's coming through.
Like as soon as you walk out the door, you can see your breath. There's something about knowing that it's hotter inside than outside.
And it makes it hotter inside when it's freezing outside, you know?
I'm glad we waited because I feel like now we're really appreciating the scent a little bit more, getting through all those different formulations of how it came. Through the soap, I think building the lather, there's something that wakes up, enjoying it through a shave, then having the splash opened a mid portion for me, and then finishing with an EDP, I finally got the little finale of the birthday cake portion.
And y'all, this is just the pure scent oil in Perfumer's alcohol. That is all that's going on over here. So this is the way to get the full width and breadth of this scent, and it is beautiful.
I'm so glad that you have your actual birthday suit to put on for this episode that we could kind of play a little joke on everyone, but I hope you all enjoyed celebrating with us.
Oh, I'll take it off.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
Smell better just watching this.